So when I first got the car, I took it to the Nissan dealership because I was down in Salisbury. They basically said, we're going to be able to use and abuse this dude, and we're going to be able to charge him for crap tons of things that he doesn't need to have done. The first thing that they're ever going to tell you at a dealership is that you need new belts. They're always going to tell you, hey, your belts are crap. If your car's running, your belts are doing just fine. Unless they're cracked, but you can see that. It's like visual. But they're going to tell you they need to have it done, and then they're going to tell you the price to it. Now, this is the actual price. Let me show you this thing. This is what they quoted. This is what they tried to get me to pay for. So we got replaced drive belts, right? Now, the belts themselves, they cost like, seriously, 20 bucks a piece. They wanted to charge me $198. It's absolutely horrific and outrageous, and don't let them ever try to tell you that it's difficult to do anything with your belts as far as replacing them, adjusting them, anything. Right now, I got the G all lifted, and I figure because I'm gonna be launching Mill's Garage really soon, I would show you guys how to adjust the serpentine belt. Serpentine. And show you what I'm talking about. So this is engine, everything. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out this this air scoop. Super duper easy. So it's got these little fingers. Just pop these off. Alright, now it just comes up nice and easy. So now I got that off, I'm going to show you. This is your serpentine belt right here. It runs the power steering pump. I just replaced that. It also runs like the alternator and a couple other things. And you can see that it's just a pulley system that's based directly off of the engine itself. You can see that this other pulley system right over here, that's the air conditioning down there. Don't mess with that, but I'm going to show you how to mess with this one. And I tightened it too much. So I'm afraid that these bearings and stuff are taking too much pressure. So I'm actually going to show you how to loosen it. The tensioner is down on the bottom, so I just need to remove the body panel and base. If you want a G35 specifically, all you're going to need is a ratchet, a 10mm socket, 12mm socket attached to an extension, and a 14mm socket. If you ever have questions, you should always just refer to your owner's manual, right? Now just look up belts. See, right? See drive belts. Drive belts is what we're looking for. 818. Okay, you want to look for this type of a diagram right here. This is showing where the tension is. This is where you test the tension. So that's the serpentine belt. That's where I was pushing on the top to test the tension. And then this says 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, and then these two are not labeled. Those two that aren't labeled are actually the ones that are like maintaining the tension. You're going to need to loosen whatever bolt it is. Not this one. I'm not trying to mess with this one. This is going to be my air conditioning one, but I'm going to have to loosen this bolt before doing the adjustment. Then afterwards, you'll tighten that bolt up again. So to show you exactly what I'm talking about, this is where they're talking about the pressure being, that's where the arrow is pointing down, right? And then this is the pulley, another pulley. This is the one I want to be adjusting right here. You can see that it's the only one that's not, this is the inside of the belt, this is the outside of the belt. This one's only just keeping tension, that's all it's doing. So we're just gonna loosen that bolt real quick. So I just loosened this sucker. It's gonna be a little bit less tension on here. That's not going to be the real adjustment. Right now I've got an extension on my socket. I'm going to go underneath the car. And, alright. You want to be looking for this right here. Now, you can see, this is the bottom of these belts. This is the one that I just loosened up right here. Right? This is the alternator that I was talking about before. This bolt, you can see that bolt goes all the way up. That's the true tensioner right there. And that to adjust it, to loosen it, all I have to do is take this socket, go up here, and just turn it. Now I just wanted to loosen it up just a little bit, but just to adjust the tension. In order to remove it completely, you just need to, now you can see, has a little bit more play in it. I probably want a little bit more play than that, so I'll just adjust it a little bit more. Super simple. This is what they're going to charge you $200 for. Oh yeah, alright. It's definitely a lot better than before. Before I was worried about that thing blowing up. So now I'm just going to tighten this sucker up, test it out. Alright, let's see how this goes. Got everything good, I believe. Yeah. Before, when I was starting, it was actually, I don't know if it was feeling too much tension or whatever, but it was staying pretty high for a little bit just to make sure that the engine was running alright. So after loosening that, let's see what. Alright, cool. And so that is how to adjust the tension, or you can completely just take the serpentine belt and replace it. Just make sure you follow the same loops and everything as the manual says. Just double check the manual. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. My name is Jay Mills. We're going to be launching Mills Garage very, very soon. I'm super duper happy about that. I'm going to show you how to save a whole bunch of money and how to work on your cars. I love doing that. All right, love you guys. Have a good one.